Welcome back to the second tutorial in our converting Excel or transferring Excel data to a MySQL database, then making the usefulness of the data available to everyone. So this is the making the data useful to everyone portion. So here we're going to drill down on React and combine that with Flask and Python. I briefly mentioned last tutorial we extracted data from Excel spreadsheet, we put it in a MySQL database. Now we're going to make that useful. We're going to make it so the users can calculate the best interest rate, the best return on their investment from 15 vendors. Pretty straightforward. Front end's React, back end Flask, MySQL, and Python. So in order to make use of the data, we need some way to interface with the database, with MySQL. We're using React in order to do that. Layout here is pretty straightforward. The user is going to enter in the principal. They're going to select a term based on this data supplied here. The front end using JavaScript and React is going to make a calculation and return the best return on investment. So let's jump into it. Say for instance we're going to drop 10 grand. We're going to do it for 4 years. We're going to discover is SunTrust at 2.55%. Yeah, we just kind of 2.55. Yep, that is the best. And if we wanted to say on the 2-year, Morgan Stanley, 2.14. Morgan Stanley, 2.14. Yep, that's the best investment there. So that's the front end. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Now let's go look at the back end. On the back end, it's pretty straightforward. Obviously, we're using Flask and Python. Really just have one function. When somebody goes to the root, we are going to make a call to MySQL, get everything from the database. We're going to go through each row of the database using a dictionary to store each row. We're going to append it to this list. Then we're going to turn it into a JSON format and return it to the user. Flask provides this really handy JSONify, which is fantastic for doing that. So just quickly go through what we've got at the top here. The JSONify is what's going to help us return. DB Connect, we covered that in the last video. It just allows us for Python to make calls to the MySQL database. Flask cores, this just prevents any cross-browser nonsense and craziness. And then we implement it here, and that saves us all the headaches from any cross-browsers, from 2 different servers trying to talk to each other. This solves that problem right there. That's the back end, folks. That's really all there is to it. There is the front end. It's where things obviously get a little more tricky because we're using React. I'm going to save that tutorial for another time and break that down to you. But as you can see, this is pretty much how the process works. Again, all this data was supplied originally by the Excel spreadsheet. We use Python to pull the data from Excel into MySQL. Then we've used React, Flask, and Python to be able to display this data to the users so they can take advantage of it. That's pretty much it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. If you got any questions, comments, please let me know below. If there's anything in the video you would like for me to explain in more detail, I'd be happy to do so. Just let me know. Thanks for checking it out.